Hey everybody, it's Alex here, back again with another video about Chainsaw Man. Today we're going to be talking about all the new news we got from the Chainsaw Man event at Anime Expo. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the video and hit that notification bell because I'm going to be releasing more and more Chainsaw Man content as we get closer and closer to the next trailer release and the anime release itself. So please stay tuned. What's up everybody, my name is Alex here. I am the host of here channel ATwin, where we talk about anime, manga, and every other thing that I enjoy because this is my happy space. Now today, Monday, July 4th, happy 4th of July to those Americans out there, was a very interesting day because I woke up and I was so excited for all the new Chainsaw Man news that we're going to get because, as you all should know, Anime Expo was this week, or weekend, I suppose, July 1st to July 4th. I always fuck this shit up. And today being the last day, they had to put the Chainsaw Man panel on this day. They did it at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and it was like 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time where I live. So I was like, cool, I'll just be on Twitter basically half the day because I don't have to work today. Hooray to me, because it's a holiday and I have tomorrow off. So a great break in the middle of the week. Anyway, getting back to on topic, I was on Twitter and just waiting to get all the newest Chainsaw Man news because sadly this event was not live streamed, it was not broadcasted, it was just literally if you were at Anime Expo and you were able to get into the room, because some people had trouble getting into the room by itself. You had to be at Anime Expo and had been just perfectly timed to get into the room so that you could actually see this piece of content. But luckily for us, we have Twitter. So as you may already know, that I'm a big fan of the person on Twitter with the handle Dingy Unleashed. They have some pretty great content. They stayed on top of these tweets. Like as soon as a piece of information was out, they were retweeting it or like commenting about it or reposting it, and it was just awesome. But I couldn't just rely on his post. I had like 5 tabs open on different Chainsaw Man accounts looking over the content. I was at the Anime Network, Crunchyrolls. I had like there's a Chainsaw Man group on Twitter. I was on their post. I was just trying to find out as much information as I could, and from going through that information I found this account, this Twitter account, QuadLuck_, basically was there at the event and gave us a play-by-play recap of the entire thing. So I decided, well, since I can't do a trailer reaction or a new PV reaction or show you new art or anything like that, I'll do a breakdown of what they posted to us. Now you're like, oh, is this reliable? Can we trust this? Yeah, because other people who are also there posted the same thing. There's actually an account called Shonen Leaks that was saying the exact same thing and posted, if not before, after Quad did. Before we get into this though, let me clear the air. There is no new trailer. There's no new art like thumbnail, poster. There's no actors, voice actors with it. There's like we heard and saw nothing. This was just a nice friendly get together with some of the creators of the show at this panel. But nonetheless, I was excited, and that's the whole point of this channel, to share my excitement with you. So let's begin. The whole reason we found out that Quad was at the event was because, of course, like any good social media person, as soon as as soon as the event took place, they were taking pictures and posting videos on Twitter. You can actually go back and see that they had like they posted some stuff and they got like 10, 15 likes on it. But once the event actually started, their tweets were getting hundreds of likes. They got a couple thousand likes by the end of this video, by the end of the hour and a half time, because Quad was the person holding it down. They gave us all the information we have right now. So it started off showing off that they were giving out posters, and that the area that they had was packed. I can't give you a good sense of like how big, like dimensions and size, but imagine, for the basketball fans, I would say half of a court, if not the whole court, honestly, was just packed with people. Again, go check out Quad's Twitter, link down below, so that you can see what I'm talking about. Also, while you're down there, make sure you follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel, and check out my other content, because we're releasing stuff on a daily basis. Not true. We're releasing stuff as soon as I can. Sorry. Back to the hype. The event started off with just the host of the panel coming out. I forget his name. He's from Crunchyroll, I believe. He came out and was basically just hyping up the crowd. There's a cat back there. The host actually dressed up as Denji in the iconic white button-down dress shirt and the skinny black tie and black pants. Very, very just Denji, the simplest Denji cosplay you could possibly do. And then they announced all the people that are coming out. And this is where Quad started posting like consecutively, like post after post was coming out, eventually until they started doing a whole thread. So going off, they introduced some people, including the CEO of MAPPA was there to talk about Chainsaw Man, which is insane, honestly. They also played the first PV of Chainsaw Man at the intro, which some people thought that because, oh, they played it at the beginning, maybe they'll play the new one at the end. But I think at any real expo, the point of it is to excite your fans. So you're going to start off with like the big hitter and then talk about it afterwards. So that didn't happen today. So we're not getting a new trailer yet. More on that later. So continuing on, let's read through some of Quad's thread. They asked the producer how they chose Chainsaw Man to become an anime, which is a good question because honestly, Chainsaw Man, the manga, felt it was a different type of manga that was kind of refreshing in the age of My Hero Academia and Black Clover and One Piece being like the head of Shonen Jump for a little bit. So this being a blood-filled just horror show, it's really interesting how it blew off and how it got picked up as an anime so quickly. Honestly, after a year of production, almost a year and a half of production, of releasing chapters, they're like, by the way, you're gonna get an anime, just wait. That's cool. They answered that MAPPA was really interested in making it into the anime ever since the manga was released. They asked Shueisha for permission. He mentioned Jujutsu Kaisen, but this part was not translated. So as you can imagine, all these guys are basically Japanese and they're translating it to English for this American crowd, which just shows you how crazy this is. I don't think they've had an event like this in Japan yet. So this is like the first kind of pretty decent. Maybe they have. Maybe I'm just bullshitting. I don't know. Let's continue. What the production structure to help the anime. The CEO is a huge fan of the manga. He wants to create an anime for himself and the fans that all to enjoy. Now, that is really hyped news. That's like an anime fan's wet dream, honestly. Because who doesn't want to hear that the creators, the money behind the show that you love, it likes the show too, meaning they are more inclined to get the thing out as best as possible versus just out to just collect the money. Saying that, it's so easy for that to be a lie. We're not even watching the video. Even if we did, it was in Japanese. We can't tell if that man's lying. He just could be like, yeah, they just told me to say this, so I'm saying it. But we don't know. Nevertheless, I think it's pretty cool that it was said. What were you careful about when writing the script for Chainsaw Man? We want to make sure everything is hardcore, no soft stuff. When I heard this, I was like, this is going to be kind of different. Saying that there are plenty of manga, anime that are full of gore. There's a lot of it, but not many of those were released by Shonen, Weekly Shonen Jump, and being picked up like so heavily by Crunchyroll, by MAPPA, by Netflix. That doesn't happen often, so that's good. The CEO themselves basically just said, yeah, Chainsaw Man, we're putting it out 100%, no censorship. We'll talk about that. How is Fujimoto involved in the production of the anime? We are working very closely with him. We want this to be a representation of the original, even down to the casting of the voice actors. Now, you ever watch something or watching anime is best. I guess it's the best idea of it, and because you're reading it, you make up the voices of the characters in your head. And then once you go watch the anime, the movie, whatever form of media you're talking about, and the actor doesn't sound anything like what you thought, it throws you for a loop. Anime is really good, or should be really good, at connecting the original material to a good voice actor, because a good voice actor changes the whole game. So hopefully they already have a cast. I'm sure they already have an amazing cast, and it must be jam-packed with good people, because they haven't said a word about it yet. If it was just some no names, they'd release it around and like sprinkle some stuff to us. But the fact that there's no information must mean that there's some heavy hitters. And on top of that, Fujimoto is heavily involved in this, which is probably why he hasn't released. It took him 2 years to release part 2, because he had to work on part 2 and then work on the anime as well. Ugh, it just has me so excited. How will the anime adapt the intense scenes of Chainsaw Man? We always want to emphasize the rawness of the original and the realness of the images. We want it to be dynamic and theatrical. And then at some point in this, the CEO, the production staff, they wanted to gauge how people enjoyed the show. They wanted people to rate the characters. They started screaming out the characters' names: Power, Denji, Makima, Reize, to see how people reacted. And when they got to Makima, which you will find this all over Twitter, when they got to Makima, people started howling, started barking.
And I think you might know who's coming next. But
no.
next is Makima, the devil hunter in charge of the Public Safety Devil Extermination Special Division. Who here is a Makima fan?
Woof, woof! Woof, woof!
And the only thing CEO had to say was like, "This is gonna be good reference material. We're gonna use this later. Thanks guys. No royalties for you. We're gonna be using it later." And I just have to say, I know there's a whole bunch of comments online about how the anime community is stupid, how just a handful of bad people giving anime nerds and weebs a bad name. But honestly, that's the society. It's weirdos. Especially in America, you are weirdos. You're being weirdos to be weirdos, and that's okay. Fucking bark at a 2D animated girl. I'm fine with it. I'm not gonna do it, but hey, I'm fine with it. And they went over some of their favorite characters in on the stage. And CEO's favorite character apparently is Power. Now, I'm reluctant to say this. My favorite character at one point was also Power, but I'm a little bit. I understand now. I think it's Reize. She's at least my favorite waifu. But favorite character? We'll have to see from part 2. Going on to the next question. How will gore be handled in the anime? I kind of already talked about this. A producer answered, "First and foremost, we won't be censoring anything. We want to be true to the source material." Which, that's amazing. Being true to the source. We're gonna see some shit, man. We're gonna Reize. Oh, can't wait. I can't wait. Was it difficult to staff to transfer the wild pacing of the sorry, I read that completely wrong. Was it difficult for the staff to transfer the wild pacing of the manga into the anime? Like, Chainsaw Man for manga is paced pretty quickly, which during the release is why people like this probably can't, I me included, thought that the story couldn't be going on for much longer. Really kind of gauge at like 50 chapters. Like, this is going kind of fast. Are we gonna only end at 80 to 100 chapters? And look where we did. We ended at like 88, 90 chapters. So we were right. But the production staff at least is saying that they're not worried about it. They're gonna try to keep as close of a pace to the original as possible. Keep true to the original. We are trying to keep as closely to the original. We may add more time to some scenes that have more impact. And then it was kind of came to an end. Imagine this is only like, I think it was only an hour and a half event, maybe only an hour. So there were just a few questions. I'm wondering if even the questions they gave, these might just be the main questions Quad brought up, whereas the CEO and some of the producers answered, so maybe they were missing some stuff, but these are the main points as far as I know. This being kind of the last question: when are we getting more info for Chainsaw Man? The biggest question everyone wanted, the main reason everyone was so hyped for this event is because everyone was like, we're gonna get a new trailer, we're gonna get new PV, we're gonna get some posters, some new like drawings, sketches, we're gonna get a release date. If not some voice actors or something. We got none of that. They fucking played us. The CEO sadly had to say he really wanted to bring some news for us today, but he wants it to be perfect before they show it, which is actually kind of insane. Because let me break that down for you. The biggest thought, I took the L. I thought Chainsaw Man was going to come out last October, like if not part two and the anime. That didn't fucking happen. So everyone's like agreed that it has to come out this October. It's the beginning of July. August, September, October. 6 to 7. Yeah, 10. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm stupid. So it's the beginning of July. October is only 3 months away. 3 months before release is like the prime time to release something, don't you think? But at the same time, maybe not, because 5 days from now, 4 days from now, the new Thor movie's coming out. I feel like I've only heard them advertise about that for like the last month, maybe 2 months. Maybe that's just how media is going. They're shortening release dates and hype time because of people's shortened attention span. And they're just saying like, yeah, we're going to tell you when it comes out a month before it comes out. Because again, they said they're going to release more information at a later time. The next event is Crunchyroll Expo. And that's literally a month away from today. It is August 7th or something like that. August something, beginning of August, which would then be 2 months out from October, the predicted time when Chainsaw Man's supposed to come out. So who knows? We don't for sure. Everyone thought there was going to be like all the biggest announcements. Everyone was so excited and we got nothing. Some people are actually kind of down about it, kind of depressed that we were so hyped up for this event and we got literally nothing to pay off for it. But I'm on a more positive side because I enjoyed it. I was on Twitter. I was doing it was a lot of fun, going from tab to tab, refreshing on a repeat, seeing how crazy the Chainsaw Man fans were going, chanting Chainsaw Man on Twitter just randomly, and then hearing that and seeing that people were chanting Chainsaw Man at the live event. That just makes me feel amazing because it just proves that I chose right when I chose to be a part of the Chainsaw Man community. Because when I first read it, I was like, this is gonna be dope. When I got on YouTube, I was like, people are really like this. This is dope. I have to be a part of this, and that's why I made this channel, just to share my hype for this this manga, this show. But yeah, that's all the news we have about Chainsaw Man, which is basically nothing. I still want to make a prediction though. So prediction time. I believe that Chainsaw Man is going to come out October 21st, 2022. That's like 2 months away, 3 months away. We still have no information about him, so that's just literally me pulling it out my ass. So, hey, don't crucify me down in the comments, but do jump down in the comments and tell me, were you with me? Were you on Twitter refreshing every 5 seconds, seeing what new information we got? Were you browsing YouTube and Twitch, seeing if anyone was sneakily live streaming it or recording it? I'm sure people recorded it like and just had their phones in their pocket or something, but that's not interesting. No one cares about that. But yeah, thanks for the video. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to watch more of me and Chainsaw Man content, and hit me up in the comments and over on Twitter for all the great Chainsaw Man news that you want and I want. But yeah, Thanks for watching. Peace.